All right, good evening, everyone. Well, it was an active evening across the area. We've been here in the studio tracking storms all afternoon and into this evening. The good news is, at least as of the time of this recording, things are not as crazy or as active as they were just a little bit earlier as storms continue to push off to the south and east, more into central and southern Arkansas. Overnight tonight, here's a look at what we've got. Lows are going to be a little bit cooler thanks to that passing cold front that led to the activity today. Right around maybe a couple upper 60s, lower to mid 70s area wide overnight tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, it's going to be cool. Tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be a little bit cooler in some locations, but still pretty warm outside. So the afternoon highs anywhere from the lower 90s into the upper 90s, right along and south of I-40. Once again, kind of like today is where we're expecting those warmer temperatures. Highs will be into the upper 90s in the River Valley and for areas basically along and south of I-40. Severe weather risk for the remainder today. It still shows parts of the Oklahoma and southwest Missouri viewing area, but as that system continues to push south and east, I really don't think there's going to be a whole lot of opportunities behind the front for at least numerous storms, maybe a couple of pop-up thunderstorms possible for the remainder of this evening, but severe weather risk will be shifting further to the south and east as that system pushes through. So this is the risk for the remainder of tonight. Rain chances really pushing further to the south and east once again as that system pushes through. So not a whole lot of rain opportunities for northern Oklahoma and a large portion of southwest Missouri. Here's a look at the rain totals, and this is for the remainder of today into tomorrow. And you can see a couple tenths of an inch of rain, some areas, and then other locations could see maybe a couple of inches of rain. So it's really not looking like a whole lot of activity tomorrow. I think there's about a 20% chance or so for some pop-up showers and some thunderstorms. This is really for the activity that's the remainder of today into tonight. So that's a look at what we've got. Here's a look at the fire weather outlook. No highlights there from the Storm Prediction Center. So the good news is at least the rain is helping temporarily. The bad news is, according to a couple of emergency managers, the rain that we saw today so far was not enough to justify lifting those burn bans. We'll post more about that on Facebook. Here's a look at the Foghorns morning fog outlook. And if you hear that in the background, that is Chase the weather dog, and he's asking for a treat. Here's a look at the Foghorns morning fog outlook, and you can see we've got some areas highlighted, but notice nothing significant with morning fog expected for tomorrow morning. So no major issues or reduced visibility tomorrow. This is a look at what we got from the Foghorns morning fog outlook. Huge shout out to Foghorns for sponsoring our channel. Comment below, what's your favorite wing flavor that they have? They've got numerous out there. I'll get you a treat here in a second, buddy. And be sure to comment below your favorite. And if you haven't already visited them, give them a visit in Fayetteville. Show them the support that they show us. So thank you so much to Foghorns. It's a great opportunity to get out there, enjoy some good food and drink, whether the Razorbacks are at home or away. Be sure to pay them a visit. We'll have more on that forecast here coming up, and I've got to give Chase the weather dog a treat here. He is waiting patiently, and he is being a very good dog. So we'll be right back here in just a second. And just so everyone can see, Chase the weather dog has been a very good boy, so he's going to get that treat that I promised him. Welcome back. Here's a look at what we've got. Just wanted everyone to know that he's going to get that treat that he was asking for. So he's a great little helper and co-forecaster here at the Weather Center. And here's a look at what we got with that latest drought monitor update. Really haven't had a whole lot to talk about. Thankfully, the drought really hasn't changed. That's some good news there. The bad news is it hasn't changed in a good way. So it's not getting worse. It's not getting any better. Hopefully some of this rain can help with some of that activity. Here's a look at future scan radar for this evening. You can see things clear out by the time we get to midnight. That's why we said our timing was 3 in the afternoon to midnight. Timing was pretty spot on if you ask me. Tomorrow afternoon, a couple of clouds roll in, scattered showers and some thunderstorms possible in the River Valley mostly, but nothing widespread. Now here's a look at 9 o'clock. The reason this is important is tomorrow evening, we actually have a almost total lunar eclipse. It'll be covering 96.2% of the moon, and that goes from 9:30 in the evening to roughly around 12:51 in the morning. So there's going to be an opportunity to view that, and the forecast actually looks pretty good between the clouds that we get from the activity that's possible tomorrow afternoon, nothing widespread, and then again during there's going to be a little bit of a gap before we get to Friday morning. So hopefully you get out there and you enjoy it. The good news is about, the lunar eclipses is you don't need the glasses to protect your eyes or anything like that. And because it's earlier in the night, you're not going to have to wait up all night. It's not like, it's not like it's at 3 in the morning. You're like, oh, I would love to see that, but I don't want to get up at 3. I got to get up in the morning for work. Good news is later in the evening, earlier in the overnight. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. We've got a chance for rain. Now it does say morning, there's going to be an opportunity then, but there's also going to be a chance in the afternoon as well. Another chance on Friday, nothing necessarily widespread, and we'll keep an eye on that. And if the rain chances go up, well, you'll hear it from us here at Weather 225. And then pretty much the foreseeable future, right around the mid-90s. So lunar eclipse tomorrow evening. Be sure to go and look at it. Again, that should start roughly around 9:30 in the evening, continue through at least 12:30 or 12:51, at night. So 9:30 is when it begins, 12:51 is when it ends. The timing is the same for all of our county coverage area. I'll have a little video up on Facebook. Be sure to view that. And then here's a look at the River Valley. Again, we got some rain chances, nothing widespread the next couple of days. And then it's going to be hot, but hey, at least it's not 106 in the afternoon, right? Same with Tulsa, northwestern counties in Oklahoma to the northeastern counties in our coverage area. Whether you're Stillwater, Barnsdall, Tulsa, Okmulgee, any of those areas in our Oklahoma County coverage area, it's not going to be 108. So there's some good news there. There will be some hot heat index values, but at least the actual air temperature is not that warm. And be sure, if you're out there as well, view that lunar eclipse coming up tomorrow evening. Same with Southwest Missouri, 90s are expected. That's a look at our 7-day forecast and our full forecast segment for this evening. Thank you so much. If you want to support us, please share us with your friends and family. We're also working on a mobile app, so please stay tuned, and we'll have those updates here as well. So be sure to check that out. We're also trying to work on some Roku and some other things around behind the scenes. I'm doing a lot of work, and so it's not happening as quickly as I would like because I'm having to build the Roku. And we've also been doing a lot of networking locally to meet with local businesses and see how our coverage can assist with them as well. So thank you so much to everyone that I've met with over the last couple of weeks. Thank you to everyone that's helping me get some of these streaming capabilities up and running as well. And we're going to see if we can get more on, more opportunities to help our viewers in the long run. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day.